can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me too?
Yeah, I can. Good morning, sir. Dr. Liberty, thank you so much for joining us on the program this morning.
Thank you for having me. Good morning to our listeners and wonderful callers.
All right, thank you, sir, once again. So, we are looking at defection, and the big question before us this morning is all these defections, are they all linked? Is it a democratic move? I'm just trying to, stretch the topic a little for better understanding and for our listeners. Is it a democratic move or is it a political survival that many persons are claiming to be democratic move? Is this political defection? Is it political survival game disguised as democracy? Thank you, sir. Take it from here and then you can ask subsequent questions.
Well, again, thank you for providing the platform for us to have this conversation. The truth of the matter, therefore, is that what many of us and many politicians brand as democracy is often nothing but a carefully managed strategy for political survival. Our own kind of democracy is a game of alliance, elite bargain, and power preservation that has no place for governance. For the politicians, the true essence of democracy, which is the people voices, citizen participation, transparency, and accountability, do not matter. What matters to the politicians is their political survival, clothed in democratic language. And I'm saying that what we have seen over time is political actors hiding under the disguise of democracy for self-preservation. And increasingly, this kind of behavior weakens institutions, fuels public distrust, and creates conditions of instability. It is a dangerous trend. Of course, you see what has happened in Rivers State. And I'm not surprised, because everybody knows in the first place what is the legitimacy and what is the authenticity of Fubara's election winning. How many persons from Rivers State, how many persons in Rivers State can actually say that in reality we voted for Fubara as our governor? So when you have anointed candidates by the elites, people who come into power through the negotiation of political survival or political interest, never really serve the people. They don't serve the people. They serve the political interests, or they serve the elites that bring them to power. So the defection you're seeing Fubara is not going to be the last. A lot of defection is going to happen because really, our kind of democracy is your ability to negotiate your political survival. And these guys who shamelessly, sorry to use the word shamelessly, come to the public domain to say that what they are doing or what they did is for the interest of the people. What was the level of consultation that took place before you decamped? The people that gave you the mandates under the platform of PDP, whom you claim you got the mandates, what was the level of consultation? Of course, in River States, you've seen the House of Assembly members move to APC.
Yes, sir.
And the governor has followed. We see them, what happened in Enugu State governor did the same thing. Taraba State governor was about doing the same thing before the incident of perhaps insecurity that he made him to suspend. So what I'm saying, therefore, is that we need to understand that politicians are not leaders. Let me repeat. We need to understand that politicians are not leaders. Politicians are deal makers. So the cross-carpeting, the defection is not about you and I. It is about their political survival. It's about their personal interest. So I am saying that the challenge for all of us is that until we domicile the kind of democracy we practice within the context of people-centered development, where people will be able to say, yes, we are interested or we want this to happen, until we begin to take people representation above our own thinking, we are just jokers. We are just jokers. So none of us, or it will be irresponsible, or it will be funny for people to think that in the first place, the politicians like Kubara and the politicians like other politicians we see at the State House Assembly members, because really for these people, democracy, for them, elections and access to public office, it's not really an opportunity to serve the people. It's an opportunity for primitive capitalist accumulation and upward mobility. They are not going there to make anybody's life better, unless we just decide to deceive ourselves, unless we decide to lie to ourselves. No politician, especially in this part of the world, or let me not say no politician. Let me use the word to be fair to them. Let me use majority of the politicians actually are not interested in any kind of people-centered development. They are not interested in representing the people. People decisions do not matter. What matters to them is negotiating their political survival, disguised as democracy. That's what I'm saying, Bishop. This is what I'm saying.
Okay.
But let me say before I forget that the ruling APC needs to be very careful, because by the time you make it impossible for the citizen to have alternative party, you are likely calling for a revolution. Because countries that did not allow liberal party system, that gives room for alternative party for people to have hope, go and study those countries. They ended up in a bigger problem. So this idea of ensuring that by 2027, there won't be any other political party, or there won't be any alternative to governance, you are testing the waters. And it could lead to serious citizen anger and serious citizen resentment that we may not be able to manage. So we really need to be careful. That's what I'm saying, Bishop.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Liberty. I really appreciate you this morning. I picked a lot of things you said this morning. But one of the things that I've picked that is, I think, is most paramount to me at the moment is that you said politicians are not leaders; they are deal makers.
Exactly.
You understand, sir? Yeah. Please, sir, could you stretch that statement a little for better understanding for our listeners?
So leadership is not about power. Leadership is about empowerment. That's what it is. So if you say that Liberty is a strong leader, the question you should ask yourself is that, did I empower you? If I didn't empower you, I am not a leader. So what I'm just doing is that I'm just exercising power over the people I am supposed to lead. So what I'm saying, therefore, is that for the political elite, conversations around leadership, conversations around citizen empowerment, conversation around making the society better are conversations that do not leave the lips of the politicians. Perhaps they just want to talk about it. But in reality, what is in their mind is not leadership. What is in their mind is not empowerment. So what is in their mind is about deal making. And that deal making is centered squarely in their negotiation for power. What are you going to give to me for exchange for this? What are we going to do for this to be this? And I'm saying, since it is so clear that the political elites are the politicians, for them, democracy is about negotiation for their political survival. The citizens, who are the people that vote them into power, should also negotiate their well-being. That's what it is. But then again, we are facing dangerous trend. The dangerous trend, therefore, it is increasingly becoming obvious that in Nigeria and some other part of West Africa, the politicians are beginning to show that you do not even need the citizens' votes to win an election. What you really need now is your ability to compromise the INEC, the electoral umpire, and the judicial system. No matter how bad the election may be conducted, once you're declared winner, it is now the judiciary that declares you the winner of election, not on the ballot. Why this is dangerous for all of us is that ballots presents opportunity for citizens evaluation. It is during election that you come back to ask the people to evaluate you. If you have done well, the people will vote you back. If you have not done well, you will be voted out. So the only way and the only genuine way for citizen evaluation of their leadership is election. And if we have taken that power away from the citizens, so the democracy we claim is all about myths. It's all about fallacy. So I am saying, therefore, that we need to go back and have deep conversation about the kind of democracy we practice. Because the political elite has never shown. There are no, as we speak today in this country, Bishop, you can bear me witness. There are no serious conversations going on regarding the issue of governance. There are no serious conversations. All the conversations going on is all about elections. And unfortunately for all of us, we have reduced democracy to election, periodic election. Again, election is a integral part, important part of democracy, the foundation of democracy. But that's not the only thing about democracy. It's only foundation. Governance is the issue. In short, the idea of democracy is people-centered development to foster participatory dialogue, participatory decision-making that will result in people-centered development. But that's not what we are seeing. That's not what we are seeing. All what we are seeing is people, what I call the political industrialists. They are serious, making deals under the disguise of democratic dispensation. And I'm saying that that's not going to help all of us. This is what I'm saying, Bishop.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Liberty. I really appreciate you. So let me just, still further ask a few questions. You said leadership is not about power; it's about empowerment.
Yes.
I understand. And then, so now, if we know that leadership is about empowerment, and the politicians are deal makers. Now, we've heard severally from various persons who have defected, their reasons for defection. Oh, we want to connect with the people to have more opportunities. Oh, we want this, or we want that. Isn't that kind of move, isn't it a perfect excuse for them to say, oh, we are doing it because of empowerment, because we want more attention from our people, for our people. Isn't that this defection then, people who are moving from one party to another, isn't it a perfect opportunity for people to get more attention, for people to get more empowered? I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying, sir. That's what they are saying.
Of course, I read this morning. I don't know how true it is, because a lot of things,
yes,
a lot of things fly on social media, but I don't know how true. But I saw a post this morning saying that Fubara claims that he defected to APC for the betterment, for the interest of River people, right?
Yeah, that's that. I only heard something like that. I said something like that.
I had listened to governors in this country, some governors, not all, who say that they are joining APC so that their state will be connected to the center.
Yes, sir.
Some had even told their state to thank the president, because if not the president, good things will not happen in their state. But let me be brutal. That is a lame intellectual thinking. And that conversation is what I call intellectual fraud. People shouldn't be thinking this way. A state government, and that's why I get frustrated. You don't need to join APC to develop your people, to empower your people, to empower your state. There is no state governor as of today that does not collect as much as 10 billion since the removal of subsidy. Either you are in PDP, either you are in APC, and even either you are in Labour Party or Accord Party, whichever party you want to mention. So, and there is no state governor in this country, Bishop. Since the return of democracy from 1999, there's no state that has been ruled by non-indigenous. Is there? Do you know of any?
Not that I know of, sir. No one.
So what that tells you is that the state governors, many of them, do not need assessment to know what the problems are. Allocation, monthly allocation, are the statutory right of states. Even if it doesn't matter the party you belong to. So this conversation that we are going to go to the center because we want our states to benefit, it's intellectual dishonesty. And people shouldn't be saying such a thing. We shouldn't be having this kind of lame intellectual conversation. It's annoying. Let me ask you, Bishop. Even the state governors who are members of APC, how many have they done well?
We're seeing it like, for example, maybe let's say Lagos.
Holiday. Don't give that. Lagos, how? The only governor that is even making little efforts is an Labour Party man. I don't know whether he's still in Labour Party in Abia State.
Is it? Yeah.
Tell me the APC governor who is outstanding today, despite the removal of subsidy. Before the removal of subsidy, some of the states collect by 2.5 billion, 2.8 billion, at most 3 billion or 4 billion monthly allocation. As we speak, some states collect 10, 11, 12 billion every month. What have they done? Rather, all what we see is political negotiation. Pushing for their political survival at the expense of the people. And that's why I said leadership is about empowerment, it's not about power. Your job as a leader is to empower the people. It's not about the amount of power you wield. No. So when I listen to state governors, or when I listen to some people say, particularly state governors saying, I am leaving my party because I want to be connected to the center. Hold on, what a minute. What exactly are you saying? And they say these things because a greater number of Nigerians also believe them. No, they will say, yes, they did the right thing. No, it's good they connect to the center. What a minute. What is that? Party manifestos are not national policies. I need you to get that right. Party manifestos are different from national policies. And Nigeria run 3 tiers of governments: federal, state, and local. And I don't think that President Tinubu had called any state governor to say, do not use your allocation for your own people. And I don't think that if Tinubu had told any governor that if you don't decamp to APC, I am not going to give you your money allocation, if not in the public domain. So yesterday, one of your callers was trying to say that we are not growing because the foreign powers are making it impossible for Nigerian politicians or West African politicians to grow. No, that's not the issue. The issue is average politician in Africa, particularly Nigeria and West Africa, don't think about his people. He thinks about himself. And that is why when you become a president in Africa, they don't think about the future of the people, the future of the country. They think about themselves. And that's why it is so easy for the West to manipulate or to get hold of them. The West don't think like that. They think about the future. And a man who thinks about his future doesn't think about his pocket. So we need to understand that it is the behavior of the political elite. It is the character of those who find themselves in power in this country that has made us, put us in this mess. I'm sorry to use the word, but that's the truth. So I think that we need deep intellectual conversation.
Yes,
we need to think deep. Because what we need now is not prayer. What we need now is thinking. Because even the Bible said, so a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. The Bible never said, so a man prays, so he is. So a man thinketh in his heart, so it is. All what you see here today is the product of the thought of our political, the product of the thought by our leaders. So I think that we have a lot to do. And I think that we need to rise and put a stop to this, all these illusions we do, and we lie to ourselves that we are practicing democracy. We are not even practicing democracy. We are not even practicing leadership. We are just floating because there's no clear roadmap. There's no clear roadmap. We just sleep and wake up, and we wait for 2027, perhaps 2031 or thereabout to come, and the next person comes and continues in the same direction. And I'm saying we should put a stop. There must be performance indicators. We must define the path we are going to follow. Otherwise, we are not following anywhere. This is what I'm saying, Bishop.
Thank you so much, Dr. Liberty. That will be here. I don't have any more questions. Other than, do you have any other thing you want to add to it, sir, so that we can quickly hear from the listeners as well?
Okay, the only thing I need to add is that we have no other platform to negotiate our growth and development apart from this current democracy we are practicing. So our democracy must give in for development consensus, and our political parties must also give in for development consensus. Do you understand? So this democracy must have to work, and we must not leave it in the hands of the politician and their personal business. Everybody must come on board. We must return to the drawing table to ensure that this democracy works. Because if it doesn't work, all of us are doomed. And if it works, better for all of us. This is what I'm saying, Bishop.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Dr. Liberty.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.